Hey everyone, and welcome to the Backlog for January 25th, 2018. Hey,
Hi.
it's us. Hey, who
Yeah,
the hell are
hello.
you? Who
What? I don't know. Who the
who
fuck are you?
this is my podcast, damn it. I know who
Oh,
I
yeah,
am.
sorry. You're right.
Who the fuck is this?
Oh, God. Hi, I'm Kate, aka Documents,
AKA Wet Ham.
aka Wet Ham, or any variety of ham actually is acceptable. So,
Yeah. So I was like, hey, Kate, you want to do this podcast with me? Because I don't like doing it by myself because it's weird. And Kate was like, yeah.
yeah, sure. Why not?
So
I don't know anything about anything, but I am happy to participate. So,
it's okay. We can just quickly rattle off some video game news and then talk about what the fuck we've been playing.
yeah.
There are a couple interesting stories this week. Oh, and the stuff that I missed last week. Not last week, week before. Besides the Labo stuff, we need to talk about the Labo, the Nintendo thing.
Mhm.
There was something I missed. Like I recorded it. I recorded the last episode, and then the next day a bunch of shit happened, and then I got super
Figures.
busy with work and couldn't record one last week. And there was something. There's the new Street Fighter stuff. There was, but that's not as big. Something huge happened like the next day, and I didn't talk about it, and I was like, God damn it. Um, I don't remember now. Shit.
Oh,
Maybe
God. It's a mystery.
maybe I said something about it in the notes on the episode. Shit. Uh yeah, I don't remember. But this week has some interesting shit anyway, so we can just talk
Yeah.
about that cuz
Yeah.
oh boy, John Cena, what are you doing? You want to just lead off with that?
I think we should just start with that because that to me is so interesting.
Okay. So John Cena is going to be playing John Cena's going to be playing Duke Nukem.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
okay, but didn't anyone learn from the last Duke Nukem game failing miserably that this is a bad idea?
No, no, they didn't. And you know what? They're saying, forget it, let's just do it anyway. And you know what? I think, ow, I just hit my arm, but I think that this could be such a beautiful disaster that like it might be worth it.
Oh God, I okay. I need to read up on how Gearbox is involved in all this because they own the rights to Duke Nukem. It doesn't
Mhm.
actually say anything about Gearbox involved in this, so I guess yeah. Oh God, no, John Cena, don't hurt yourself like this. Don't.
Come on, don't you think that you would have such a good time watching this though?
Did you no? Did you play
No.
the last game?
No! No, of course I didn't
It's
play. I'd have never played a Duke Nukem game, honestly.
oh
And I don't need to
oh
because I know
no, you
what
don't need
happened in
to,
the
but
last game.
you don't need to, but you need to know the context. Oh no, no, Duke Nukem is so bad. It's so bad. Oh man. Okay, so yeah, this is gonna be a thing.
It's gonna
Oh,
be a thing.
oh God. So okay, Duke Nukem. He wasn't funny in the 90s. The thing everybody liked about
No.
Duke Nukem was the fact that it was a new like rendering method. Like the fact that you could look up was a
Mhm.
new novel thing in Duke Nukem. The, uh, mm, I I just it's so not good. Why are they doing this? Why do
You
they hate
know,
us?
beating a dead horse. That's why they're doing it. People like Duke Nukem for some reason. I couldn't tell you why, but they do. And I think people will see a movie like this with John Cena in it. Because
Yeah.
to me, it sounds funny. I don't think it's going to be good, but it sounds funny.
Yeah, I just it's gonna be so bad. And
Oh, it's
John
going to be bad.
Cena and his bald spot are gonna have to like John Cena and his bald spot are gonna have to deal with or they're just gonna have to talk about strippers so much. And I don't have the energy.
You don't want to listen to John Cena talk about strippers for, 2.5 hours?
No, no, I don't. Um
I can't blame you for that.
there's not much else known about this other than that John Cena is in talks for it, so we'll find out later, but oh man, I'm oh John Johnny boy, just make like you always do. They can't see you. Get the fuck out. Get out of this project. Let Brock Lesnar do it.
You know what? That would be acceptable
I
too.
would take Brock Lesnar over John Cena.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
John
I
Cena
like
is too much of a face to be
Yeah,
Duke
that's
Nukem.
true. I mean, you're going to look at him and you're going to be like, that's John Cena.
Yeah, and I mean you're gonna look it could be Brock Lesnar and like Brock Lesnar is a fucking heel. I don't
Mhm.
I could see Brock Lesnar like talking about his balls of steel and like grinding on what may be his daughter. Like I don't remember. That game got really weird at one point. Um like the entire premise of the first game was you have to rescue women from the pig aliens because they're taking all the women and you can't fuck them. That was like the premise of the first game. It's so
Yeah, that sounds like a game, all right.
oh god, it's so bad. But yeah, that's we're gonna have a Duke Nukem movie. Although this will probably get stuck in development hell for 20 years and then forgotten like every other major Hollywood
Yeah.
video game movie.
Forgotten, or eventually it comes out and it's just like even worse than you could have ever imagined because now it's like super dated, even more so.
Yeah, like there's still apparently that Halo's TV series. I talked about that in
Okay,
the last
sure.
episode.
Yeah.
Steven Spielberg is apparently still working on that.
Yeah, we're
Oh,
never going to see that.
although with Spielberg's output recently, I have zero desire to ever see it.
That's fair.
Rust is coming out of early access in February. Um, that, I didn't think that was ever going to happen. Rust has been in early access for 4 years?
I see, yeah, 4 years, yeah.
Yeah, I was trying to remember. I'm like, yeah, it would have been like 2013, 2014. I actually have to open the story up.
December
I
2013 is when it was
yeah.
available
Okay,
in
so
early
yeah.
access. So,
So just about 4 years,
yeah.
just over 4 years when it'll finally be out. That's nuts. I have that game and I think I've never played it because no. But yeah, that's huh. It's just weird that it's finally coming out of early access. Like it's one of those perpetual. Yeah, I've never played Rust. It's one of those perpetual things. Like what's that one game? Fuck. There was one of those one games that's like been in early access for so long that.
Hmm.
Oh, Ark. Did Ark ever come out?
I I don't think so.
Ark survive. It's $60. It is no longer in early access. When did that come out?
Who
Oh, it came
knows?
out August of last year. I have no clue.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's like it's one of those perpetual early access games. Also, like fucking Fortnite. Which what's happening with
Yeah.
Fortnite? I don't know. Whoever knows?
I don't know.
Because they apparently, I guess they haven't abandoned the original game, but they sure as hell haven't talked about that game compared to their PUBG clone.
Hmm.
Like they, yeah, I don't know. But Rust coming out of early access, what does that at like? What are game releases anymore? Honestly,
They're nothing thing at this point. I mean, even like they say right here, so they're leaving early access, but they're not really saying that it's like a complete game. They're not really releasing the game officially, but they're jacking up the price. So I don't really get it
Yeah.
personally.
Well, games don't release anymore. Games just come out and continue being worked on. Like it
Yeah,
doesn't matter
they're
what they are anymore.
yeah, they're just always being like, and it's not like updates for like, fixing things or even adding DLC. I mean, at this point, it's like, we'll just release the game in like tiny little parts and you'll have to pay for each part as they come out and it'll never be done. It's not a full game. You'll never see the whole game, but you can have this piece of it, I guess.
Yeah, and it's just such a mess. I don't know. It's like game releases don't matter anymore. Like well, I don't want to use No Man's Sky as an example because that was a fucking mess anyway. But
Yeah.
well, no, because that's still in quote unquote early access, but it feels more complete than anything else. Like okay, yeah, Dead Cells. Dead Cells came out in early access last year. I picked it up almost immediately after seeing a couple videos and getting angry at Polygon for talking about it being like Dark Souls, and it's fucking not.
Mhm.
And it's really good. It was a really good game back then, and they were like, yeah, it's like 80% complete. We just want to finish up some stuff, add some more bosses, add another couple like zones, and then we're gonna be done.
Mhm.
And that game has gotten like 6 major updates since then. And they recently, a couple weeks ago, came out and were like, no, this game's nowhere near done.
Oh.
And
Okay.
I'm fine with that because the game
Yeah.
continues to improve and get better, and I'm playing it still. Like, I burnt myself out on it pretty hard, but, like, that game's out. That game is for sale, and that game is what it is. Like, I'm not going to look at it and go, like, oh, well, it's early access, so we can't count it as a
Mhm.
real game. It's like, no, they're selling it. They're selling a product. That means it's a real game.
Right, yeah.
Like that was the thing that annoyed me with Warframe for a really long time was they slapped beta on it for 3.5 years, and but they were taking $80 things where you could buy prime frames, and they would take your money for weapons and armor and everything else in that game. But
Right.
oh, it's a beta, so it's okay to be broken. It's like, no, if you're taking money from people, no, you're no longer a beta.
Right, like, you're not a beta at that point. That's
Yeah,
not what that is.
if you are making money, then it is time to act like your game is a real thing. And
Right.
if that includes continuing to add content to get to where you want it, that's fine. But you better you better be ready for people to get pissed off and not hide behind, oh well, it's early access. Oh, it's a beta.
Right. Yeah.
So I'm not sure what this does for Rust. Honestly, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to say, like, what really they're looking to accomplish, I guess, besides raising the price. Like, I feel like it doesn't really matter, I guess. Like, it's still they're gonna do the same thing that they were doing before, so.
Yeah, and like with Ark, I mean, now that I know that it's out, but like they were in early access and they released a paid expansion.
Mhm.
Like, what is that? What is that? Why isn't that just a patch to your early access game that's not finished? Like, I don't understand what early access is in the industry anymore. Before it was, all right, you want access to a very in development game.
Yeah.
Like, I bought Starbound. That game was so far from complete. Like, that game was not even like a complete enough package to be playing like regularly. It had a
Mhm.
finite end because it was like, okay, well, we've added in all these planets, but these planets are not fully like set up yet, so these specific resources haven't been seeded and stuff. Like, it's like, yeah, no, that this game you cannot play forever yet because it's fucked up. And they
Mhm.
eventually released, and it was a completely different product by the end. But like, that was way back in 2013, like at the same time that Rust came out.
Mhm.
But they, I don't know, it feels like I haven't heard anything about Rust changing at all. Like, I know that like the last major thing I heard about Rust was the whole dick size thing.
I don't even have any idea what that is.
Okay, so in Rust you can be completely naked, and
Right, okay.
you have genitals and everything else. So For the female character models, it's tit size, and for the male character models, it's dick size. And it's based on your Steam ID number, which you can't change, and it's locked to that account. So it was a thing they did because, like, I guess the developers just wanted to fuck with people, and so they just were like, okay, random dick sizes based on your Steam ID number, you might get a tiny dick. And so they just did that, and like people got like there were so many dudes who got super mad because they're like, my dick's super tiny in the game now. And it,
That is the funniest thing I've ever heard, honestly. Like, that is.
but that was the last major thing I heard, and I think that was in 2015. It was like 2015 or 2016. I think I was still living in Washington at the time, so it would have been 2015.
Well, that's your answer. That's what they've been doing since 2015. Is they're reworking this whole dick and tit thing. So when
Yeah.
they take it out of early access, suddenly you will be in full control of your own dick size.
Oh god, no, 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 no. They can't do that because the random dick
That's the
size is the
game.
best thing. Um, yeah. I don't know. Rust is weird, and the fact that it's coming out of early access, but I have not heard about any major changes to that game this entire time is strange. Um, David Jaffe's studio. What is the name of this fucking studio? It's some stupidly long name that I could never pronounce.
According to this, the Bartlett Jones Supernatural Detective Agency.
Fuck you, David Jaffe. So, for anyone who doesn't know, David Jaffe created Twisted Metal. He also, after leaving the, what was it, Eat Sleep Play was the Twisted Metal developer. I think, yes, Eat Sleep Play. I used to play a lot of Twisted Metal, so I remember seeing that logo. He left there, made Calling All Cars, I believe, back in way, way long ago. Wasn't super well received. He kind of disappeared for a while. And then he made Drawn to Death with this new studio. And Drawn to Death is a terrible game. It is just awful. It's not great to play. It sounds atrocious. It looks okay. Like the cool part about it is everything looks like a notebook, like a kid's doodles in a notebook, because that's what it's supposed to be, a middle schooler. But the announcer just screams obscenities and talks about his dick a lot and shitting himself, and it's just not a good game. And so it's not a surprise that apparently that studio had a project to get canceled and laid off the majority of its staff. I hope they all land on their feet and get better jobs somewhere, but it's not really shocking that that happened, considering the one game they produced was really bad.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean, it's a shame for all the people who are working there who, won't have jobs anymore, but hopefully they'll be able to find jobs elsewhere making games that aren't like Drawn to Death. So,
Yeah. Sometimes I
because
look at it, I'm
looking at
like,
it,
you probably got out good there.
yeah,
Uh
honestly, yeah. And I'm looking at Drawn to Death right now because like the name sounded really familiar to me, and I actually do recognize it. Now that I'm looking at it, it was such like kind of an interesting sort of concept that like is sad to see that it fell so flat and like is exactly like what I thought it would be, which is a mess.
yeah, it was super hyped up when it was first announced because
Hmm.
they didn't have the announcer in it at the time, and it looked
Yeah.
cool. Like the visual design is cool.
Yeah, like outside of that, it's kind of a strong con. It's very interesting. It's different from a lot of the stuff that we've seen lately. So,
Yeah, and I was actually I like even I was super excited for it, and then it was like a PS4. Well, I think it was originally PS3, PS4, and then it was PS4 only, and I was like, well, I don't own either of those consoles, so I'll never play it. But
right.
yeah, I just man, it's rough. Like that game was like I watched multiple videos on it. I watched the Giant Bomb Quick Look, which the Giant Bomb Quick Look was like, oh god, and and the fact that like Dan from Giant Bomb hated it so much is kind of shocking because Dan like some of his favorite games of all time are Twisted Metal.
Hmm.
So like he even talks about the fact that he's like, yeah, no, this is like super disappointing because I really respect David Jaffe's work and this is terrible. Uh, so yeah,
Yeah.
good luck to everybody who lost their jobs, and I hope you find something quick. And hey, apparently Bethesda only has 180 people and could stand to fucking hire some people. So
Do they only have 180 people?
well, yeah, they used to only be a studio of about they've slowly been growing, but yeah, they've only gained about 80 people since Skyrim.
Hmm.
There was about 100 people that worked on Skyrim, and they've grown to 180 since Fallout 4. Um, but that's still not many. And then they complained about, oh, we're a small studio and blah blah blah. I got into it on Twitter because Anthony Birch said something about how a speedrunner talking about how easy it is to break Skyrim was being shitty, and
Hmm.
I'm like, no, that's not the speedrunner being shitty because Skyrim's a broken, buggy mess, and then they re-released it, and it still had all the same bugs.
Right,
Like,
like nothing was fixed.
you can't talk about how, oh well, they're working really hard. No, like they make the same game in the same engine. They've used that same engine since Morrowind. They just keep bolting new shit onto the Gamebryo engine and then calling it something new each time. And it's the
Yeah.
same fucking engine with the same fucking bugs. They own id. They own id Tech. They could have used id Tech. Is it 5 or 6? But whatever. Rage was created as a tech test to see if they could make open world games in id Tech. It works fine. They could have gone with any other engine. They could have gone with Unreal, they could have gone with Unity, they could have gone with anything except Gamebryo, but that broken, buggy fucking thing that was never meant to do the things they make it do continues to be broken and buggy. Also, and like this is again on Anthony Birch's fucking comment. He's like, "Oh well, yeah, the 0.00001% can do this." It's like, dude, I accidentally break that game all the time just
Oh
playing it.
yeah.
Skyrim is so easy to break. All of their games are because they have the same exploits. They're all broken.
Yeah, and I mean that's true. That's true about all of their games. And I mean, I only played, well, what I played like 6 hours of Skyrim when it originally came out, and I could not get through it because it was like impossible to actually get anything done because it is broken no matter
Yeah.
what you do. And it's not like it's a difficult thing to break it. It's not,
No.
only, one in a million people can break this game. No, it's not like that.
No, I can there's the okay, with Morrowind, I'm willing to forgive them because one, it's a good game, and two, it was their first time with that engine.
Hmm.
And that was back when it was just straight up Gamebryo before they started tacking shit on. Gamebryo was not meant to do these things. But Gamebryo is a bad engine anyway. But Morrowind I could forgive. There are a lot of bugs in Morrowind. There's a lot of just breaking through like walls and like you can so easily break collision in that game and just go through stuff.
Hmm.
And like that like there's a speedrun for Morrowind that's like 2 minutes or something because you can get a jumping scroll and jump all the way to the end of the game in one jump. It's nuts. Uh, but like I was willing to forgive it then. Then Oblivion came out and it was about as buggy and it was about as unstable. And then it's like, okay, Skyrim's coming out. Okay, this is a new engine. Okay, no, it's not. It's just tacked on Gamebryo. Okay, well,
Yeah.
okay, and then they re-release Skyrim. Oh, it's got all the same bugs. They just updated the textures and lighting. Okay, cool. Good job. Glad you're selling that for what, $60 again, $50,
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
And then, well, before that was Fallout 4, which Fallout 4 was the Evolution engine, which is again, you can import the ENBs from fucking Skyrim into Fallout. Like,
Mhm.
it's the same engine.
Yeah.
You just have to tweak them a little bit to change to match their new lighting engine. That's it. They just keep tacking shit onto that engine, and it's so bad. Um, that engine, they piss me off so much. And then they're like, "Oh, we're a small studio." It's like, well, hire people. You
Yeah,
make
I mean,
you make
at that
tons
point,
of
you just
money.
yeah, like you are releasing some of like the biggest name games. Like at
Yes.
that point, you can't call yourself a small studio anymore.
No. You release Elder Scrolls and Fallout. you can hire more than 180 people and give some of these other
Yeah.
people fucking time to do something. Also hire some writers.
Please,
The
yeah.
same dude wrote all of their games. The
They need
same
someone
dude
new
has
then,
written,
because
like, I think he wrote Oblivion, Fallout 3, and Fallout 4, and Skyrim. Like, no, no, stop.
like stop. It's and like it just like declining and getting worse because Fallout 4 was like a story disaster. So
Yeah, I know you guys like Fallout 4 more than I did. Fallout 4 actually made me actively dislike Bethesda.
that's fair.
Like like going from my Bethesda used to be my they can do no wrong. I love them for everything they do. Todd Howard is
Mhm.
God. To hey Todd, why aren't you doing this, Todd? Todd, why aren't you making a
Right.
decent game, Todd, why are you making the same game over and over again, Todd? Why can't you hire writers, Todd? Why don't you care about women, Todd? Um
No, you're
and
right though.
I just Fallout 4 broke me. And I know the
Yeah.
exact point. It was it was a point where uh it was the mission that you go on with the Institute, and the black androids with you,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
that guy, and you can choose to completely fuck up the mission that you're supposed to be doing and help out one of the factions. And I did that, and I got back, and Father's like, "Oh, I can't believe that you did that. Nobody can trust you here. I'm trying my best, but nobody's blah 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 blah." And then immediately the next line changes tone to, "We want to bring you further into what we're doing and tell you everything we know."
Oh my
Like,
god.
fuck you, fuck this doesn't matter anymore. And then I got to the game breaking bug that took them forever to patch out, to the point to where they just took the quest out of the game and then added it back in
Mhm.
like months later. uh it was like I couldn't turn in a quest because a trigger just wasn't there, so I
Yeah,
couldn't
yeah.
progress in the main story without using console commands. And fuck that game.
Honestly, yeah, like, and you know what? You're totally right. And there are a lot of things that I like about Fallout 4, but none of it is like any of the main story. Like,
Oh
it's
yeah.
such a weak game. The story is weak. A lot of the characters are kind of weak. Bethesda does this thing that I hate, where they start to make characters that are really interesting, and then they get halfway through and they say, "Never mind, that's it. I don't want. Don't. You can finish it."
Yeah, like
There's so
Piper was so cool in the beginning, and then her character goes nowhere.
Yeah, as soon as it starts getting into, like, when, you can, like, start to romance them, it's like they just, like, totally forget what they're doing, and they're like, "I don't know where we were going with this, so I hope you're okay with it just ending here."
Yeah, it's super upsetting. Like, I love
Yeah.
Kate, I love Curie, and I love Piper, but like I used to love Preston until I got the same mission 7 times in a row from him,
Oh, yeah.
and then
Oh, yeah.
Preston broke for me in my main file. He's trapped in his post end dialogue and refuses to do anything.
That
Um
sounds familiar. I feel like I've seen that problem before. If
yeah,
not, maybe
it's
we had it. I don't remember. It's been a really long time since I picked up Fallout 4.
I looked it up, and it is a very common bug,
It's
because
just like
if
it's
you
such a
choose the
disaster.
railroad ending, he ends up stuck in his dialogue. Like,
No,
he's
yeah,
like,
that's right. That's right. No, because we had when Ariel and I played it, we had the same problem because we chose the railroad ending, and then, at that point, then there's like nothing you can do with him.
yep,
There's just like it's done.
he repeats the same like 3 lines of dialogue whenever you talk to him, and you can't do
Yeah,
anything. He won't even give you new missions. He's just
yeah,
broken, and it's like, this is a pervasive problem, and they never fixed it. That bug is still in that game.
yeah. I mean,
And
that's what Bethesda is at this point. It's just like releasing buggy games for the sake of releasing buggy games, and it's disappointing.
yep, and people will give it a pass because, oh, their worlds are so big, you can't possibly. It's like, you should at least be testing your main storyline stuff to see if it's broken. I
Yeah.
understand if there's like a floating rock somewhere, sure, whatever. I don't care. I find that in WoW sometimes, whatever.
Mhm.
Huge worlds, I understand that. But when basic core mechanics of your game are broken, fuck you.
Yeah.
And then you don't fix them, even though you're releasing shitty DLC. The only good piece of DLC for that game is Far Harbor.
Far Harbor, yeah, you're right. Far Harbor was the only one that was good. The rest of them were bad.
Well, half of them are fucking update packs for their goddamn mod ripoff bullshit with the builder.
Yeah,
Like that was
it's
just
true.
that was just a mod that they're like, oh hey, we're gonna do that now. That's what ninety
Hmm.
percent of their stuff is oh hey, oh enemy health bars. Yeah, we should add that in the next game. Oh hey,
Right.
you guys are modding Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas to be able to build settlements. We're just gonna add that in the next. It's like hire these modders. They do it better than you.
They do, honestly. Like they can't do it themselves. So,
And the fact that like I can't run Fallout 4 now, it just doesn't start unless I install the unofficial patch, the fan made unofficial patch that actually goes and fixes the bugs. Obviously, this isn't impossible. This isn't something that they can't do because because fans are getting together and documenting and repairing every single bug they find in the game.
hmm.
So it's almost as if they hired more people, like say all the people from who just got laid off from David Jaffe's studio, and all the other like studio closures that have happened. Hire all the people from Visceral. They're really good at third-person shooters, and first-person too. I mean, as shitty as Battlefield Hardline was, it played well.
Hmm.
Like hire all of these people, get a studio that's actually big enough to do the games you want. Either cut back your ambition or fucking pay enough people to do it. Um, like it's obviously possible because fans have to do it to make your games run.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's my rant on fucking Bethesda again. Bethesda makes me so angry. Um, Labo. Let's talk about Labo because have you seen this?
No. Fill me in.
Okay, Nintendo Labo. This is cool. This is at least I think it's cool. A lot of people think it's super shitty, but
Hmm.
it's a $70 it's a $70 thing that they're selling. Oh, this is an article that's 10 alternatives, never mind. Um but like it's a anyway, it's like a $70 kit that you buy and it's all made of cardboard and it's cool like different things that you can have you can build out of cardboard for your Switch.
Hmm.
And so like one of them is a robot that punches when you punch, and like there's pianos and all this other stuff. Like there's really cool things with it. And like that Polygon article I linked that was like 10 alternatives. It's like, yeah, but those alternatives don't have the mass appeal of Nintendo.
Yeah.
Like that's the thing. This is a kit that you punch these things out of cardboard and build a thing for your Switch's parts, and you put them in and you make like a keyboard, like a piano, or you make
Hmm.
a fishing rod and play a game, or like it's really cool, like things specifically designed for kids.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
I think it's cool.
I think this is kind of interesting. Like just what I'm looking at right now. Like this is such a. You're right. This is good for kids, and like I feel like this is something that would I can't think of the word, but like I guess inspire like creativity in a sense. Like it allows you to make things, and I see it's like cardboard, and they're like, oh, it's made of cardboard, and I'm like, well, yeah, of course it's made of
Yeah,
cardboard.
because if you give your stupid little kid a fucking thing that's made out of plastic, they're gonna break it, and then you wasted like $300.
Yeah,
I'd rather have them like color on $70 worth of fucking cardboard and get it wet and whatever and ruin that. I'd rather respend $70 than like 150 or $200.
yeah. I just
And
think this is interesting. I feel like it fosters creativity in kids. Like that's kind of
yeah,
cool, right?
yeah, like I like this. I like the backpack thing that like it hooks
Hmm.
to your feet and your hands, and when you punch, the robot on screen punches and stuff. Like it's
Hmm.
really cool stuff. And no, it's fucking it's cardboard, yeah, but that also means it's easily producible,
Yeah.
and they can produce it on a very quick mass scale for all of their Switches that are out there because it's the single fastest selling console of all time.
Hmm.
Like, no, like I think this is really cool.
I mean, I think this is really neat. I mean, I almost wish that like when I was a kid, I had had something like this because, I don't know, maybe I would have more of an interest in engineering or something if I had had the ability to build something and feel like I was creating something.
Yeah, like I don't know. I think it's cool. I personally will not get it because I'm not gonna spend. Oh, it also comes out on 420 and it's 69.99. Um, uh,
Love it.
just
I'll
gonna
I'll buy it
they
just for
they
that.
know they know what they're doing.
They know what they're doing.
But like I'm not gonna get it because I don't own a Switch and I don't plan on getting one. And
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
need $70 worth of cardboard.
No.
But I honestly think that it's really cool.
I do.
Um,
I think that that's cool. And I think that if you're like the type of person if you got your Switch for your kids or something, and if you have the money to spend on this kind of stuff, I don't see what the harm is
no,
in, providing this as a resource for your children. So,
yeah, I think it's cool. I I I also think that I'm very happy to see the Nintendo actually do something with the Switch because I was super worried about it when it first came out or when it was first
mhm,
announced because it's like okay this thing seems half baked. There's no
right.
like real online options. There still aren't. That app is trash. They're
Hmm.
still using fucking friend codes. It's still a mess in some terms but it seems like they have more of an idea of what they're doing with the system and what weird things they want to do than they ever did with the Wii U or even the Wii. Like the
Oh
Wii
yeah.
was cool at first, but the Wii after like the first year it was just shovelware.
It was. Yeah,
There
and they ran out of ideas really fast with what they
yeah,
wanted to do with that. So,
like the balance board came out, but that was like okay, cool, now I can sit on a board and sled like there was nothing really super interesting with the Wii and the Switch is getting like that's really cool.
mhm.
I enjoy that. So that's Labo. I think it's a cool thing. And our final topic, the one that we both are very very interested in,
Yes.
the new skins and update for Overwatch.
I love it, honestly. The whole thing.
So I'm gonna go through these. Reaper looks terrible.
Yeah, we
That
agree
new
that Reaper is bad. Like
I mm, mm.
I feel like it in conceptually like what they were going for could have possibly been interesting, but like the execution of it is so not good. I like his guns and that's it.
I like
That's
the
it.
mask.
Yeah. The
But
mask is
everything
okay. I like the
else,
mask.
like if they had
But
gone with black again instead of this weird dumb flame thing and kept the guns
yeah.
as they are, I think instead of red, if they had gone black, kept like the like the ab like fire between the abs thing
Hmm.
on the chest armor, and maybe kept like the yellow accents, but not
Yeah.
the cape back.
Yeah, the cape bag is awful.
Yeah, it's bad.
I wonder if maybe it would have been a little bit better if they had kind of gone with like the theme that they did for Symmetra's dragon skin, which was like to have it be like you said, just generally dark and then have the lighter accents. I
Yeah,
think that would have really helped because
yeah,
it's not good
that's just Deathwing from WoW. That's what Symmetra's dragon skin and the diva skin in Heroes of the Storm are. It's just Deathwing from WoW.
looking. Okay, well, I don't know that.
Symmetra is Symmetra. I like it, and yeah, now that I'm seeing this picture, they're like the highlights of the green and stuff. The peacock
Yeah,
colors is
it's
nice.
the iridescence of it kind of comes out more like actual in game. It looks pretty nice. It's not anything like, super crazy or special because it's pretty much just a recolor of like her normal skins, but
Yeah, it's nothing really major, and I don't really get it as a reference to Blizzard. Like, I assumed a lot of these would be references to like Blizzard stuff. Like, I could see Reaper being a reference to that racing game they did first,
Hmm.
just like one of their earlier games and stuff. Like I could see that, but I don't
Yeah, and
see.
I'm not necessarily sure if some of them are. I know that like the half that they announced when they did BlizzCon, which is all of the ones that are like literally from other games. I know those are all based on Blizzard stuff. I'm not necessarily sure if they wanted to do that with the rest of them, but
Yeah, but
and
you'd
I
think
honestly
it
I
would
couldn't
be.
tell either way if they did.
You'd think it would be considering like the
It's a whole
whole
Blizzard
like
world
Blizzard
update,
world
yeah.
update, but yeah, I guess. Zenyatta, my orb son, I boy Orbson. I I like him. Thank you, Alex Navarro, for that joke from 2016. Uh, he
He's beautiful.
Zenyatta's Alex's favorite character, and during the Game of the Year deliberations, they did a best Overwatch character category because why not? And he fought so hard for Zenyatta, and at one point he just goes, "I call him Boy Orbson because I'm seeing him in my dreams," and I have since called Zenyatta Boy Orbson. I like the Zenyatta skin a lot. It's nice and sleek and simple. It's not ugly like the Nutcracker one.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
I like it. It's cool. The face is what does it for me. That I
That they decided to change his faceplate on this one because like
yes
this is the color scheme is very similar to like his Houston Outlaw skin for the league. Um
yes
and they but the problem with like the league skins is they left his faceplate the same and it was like really dark and it just like not really good looking. I'm glad that they changed like his eyes in quotation marks. I think it looks really cool. So
yeah. I was yelling about the league skins last time and how two one why do they only have like four pairs of colors?
yeah, they apparently they forgot that there was other colors besides like the
Yeah,
like five that they used.
yeah,
So
and then on top of that, why do two sets look like Ronald McDonald? I didn't realize that those were two different teams. I thought they were the same team
it's
because
it's a
they're
secret
red and yellow.
partnership. Yeah, they're
Like
ugly too.
like one is
Like
primary
they're
yellow
ugly.
with accent red, one is primary red with accent yellow. You both look like Ronald McDonald. Shut the fuck up. Um, Diva. I'm not sure how I feel.
I have super mixed feelings about
Yeah,
Diva. I feel like my initial is like, oh, cute. And then if I sit and like start to think about it, I'm like, oh, not so cute.
I like those stockings though.
Yeah, the stockings are cute.
I honestly, if they changed the hair, I think I might be okay with this one.
And you know what's so funny is that's exactly what I was gonna say. Because when they did the release earlier this week for it, they did the sprays first, and so they had like the sprays for these new skins. And her spray is like she's got this white blonde hair, and her pigtails are kind of like short and poofy because it's like a cute style. And I kind of expected it to look more like that, but this like weird long blonde thing is kind of weird.
Yeah, if they'd gone platinum or black, I think
Yeah,
this would be or purple, honestly. They could have given her like if she just dyed her hair purple
purple would have been
and
cool.
chopped it shorter so it'd be like smaller pigtails. I could get behind that too, but this blonde pigtail thing I'm not behind. But everything else about it, like I love the stockings, I love the gloves.
I
It,
like that her mech has a tail.
yeah, the mech has a tail and ears. I like everything else about it. I just don't like the hair. The
Yeah, and
dress the dress could be slimmed a little bit, but whatever.
it's okay. I know a lot of people have are having some problems with like the implications of this kind of like lolly style that they went with, but
Yeah.
and that's like a whole
Yeah, that's a whole other
thing.
can of worms that
That's a
I'm
whole
not.
yeah.
Yeah.
As far as aesthetics go though, it's cute for the most
Yeah.
part.
Yeah. Um and Hanzo. I'm digging Hanzo. I'm
I like it.
I like it even though I have zero intention of ever playing Hanzo.
Yeah,
Um
that's fair.
I super dig this skin. I actually like this more than his. What was the other skin that he got last time? The Halloween skin.
Um uh,
He
oh
was
my
the
god.
vampire. No, no, no. That was on a. No, he got like the demon skin, didn't he?
Yeah, oh yeah, yeah.
Him
His
and Genji
demon
both
skin
have
is
Oni skins.
Yeah, but Hanzo's is way weaker
Yeah, I
of the
didn't like
two.
that one. Yeah, Genji's Oni skin is fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did not like that one. I dig this one. The makeup's really nice.
Hmm.
The patterning, the detail on like his belt and everything is fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
I enjoy this one. He finally doesn't have chicken feet.
I'm a little sad, but it's probably for the
I
best.
I'm so glad he doesn't have chicken feet anymore. And hey, we're not seeing left titty.
We're not. No, there are no titties out in this one. He is
There's
fully covered, which I think is probably why I'm like looking at him like, is this even Hanzo? Where's his boob? I don't
it
know.
honestly took me a second to recognize him when I first looked
Yeah,
at it.
yeah.
I was like, wait, who?
Exactly.
Oh, Hanzo. It's like, oh, where's
It's
the
hard to
titty?
recognize him without half of his chest hanging out.
Yeah, we need that Hanzo titty to tell. Uh,
Yeah.
okay, Lucio. I'm in love.
Beautiful. He's
And
perfect. I mean, he's perfect no matter what. He's
yeah, I
perfect.
mean, Lucio doesn't have a bad skin. No one will tell me Jazz is a bad skin. God damn it.
Are there people out there who
There are
think Jazz
people
is
who
a
think
bad
Jazz
skin?
is a bad skin.
Okay, well they're bad people.
Right.
Like flat out. That's it.
But Lucio has no bad skins. I love this
No.
skin. This is just another one. The wood on the legs is
Beautiful.
amazing. I love
It's
everything
yeah.
about this. I love it. Farah, very nice mix. I enjoy this mix of both of her heritages. It's
Hmm.
nice. I
It is nice.
I would like to see her with the helmet on though, because I haven't seen a single picture with it on. Um, it's just her holding it, so I need to actually
Yeah.
look in game at that. But I, yes,
Yeah.
yes.
It's really nice. The snake detailing is really good. And when you look in game, her gun that she has is gorgeous. Like the detailing on it is amazing. Like it's like a snake head and it's like super cool. So
I will
I
have
really like
to.
this one.
I'll have to go and try to capture some footage of that before I edit
Yeah.
all this
Yeah.
together. But yeah, this is fantastic. Yes, thank you Blizzard for giving us, because I literally was just listening to old, because I need something to listen to at work because it's
Hmm.
8 to 10 hours of me standing around waiting for customers to come in. I was listening to old Beastcasts, and it was back, or yeah, Beastcast. It was back when Austin Walker was still at Giant Bomb, and it was when they had just put in, or Overwatch had just come out,
Hmm.
and Farah had her native skin in there. And a native person wrote in and was like, "Hey, I'm not sure how I feel about this, because there's nothing that, like, there's no reason to give an Egyptian person Native American." This was before they had like shown this, which was
Yeah.
Blizzard's first fucking mistake. And I'm not blaming anybody who looked at that and went, "Hey, this is kind of
Oh
fucked
yeah.
up."
Yeah.
It's purely on Blizzard. But I'm glad they're leaning more into it and giving her more of a mix here. It's
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah, I think
I
that's a really interesting part of her character that I'm glad that they play into that a little bit,
Yeah,
actually. So
I would like to see it explored more in voice lines and in her backstory. But
that would be
this is
nice. Yeah.
Overwatch. We don't get backstory.
No, we don't. God forbid, right?
We have to write it all in fanfic.
Huh.
Black Hand. I'm 100% fine with this Doomfist skin. I love it. Black Hand is the Yeah, no, Black Hand is the best design of the Warlords of Draenor version of the orcs. He's just awesome. I saw already one person talking about how this is whitewashing. I'm not even going to get into that. Just no.
Yeah,
I
just as far as aesthetics go, also, like I don't know anything about any other Blizzard games, so I like couldn't tell you if this was cool like that. But I love this skin in general, and like I do feel like the white skin is an aesthetic choice that is fitting the character. But that's a
well,
yeah,
orcs in WoW are typically brown.
yeah,
Because gotta have. I have. Orcs are typically the brown people in anything.
right, yeah,
And so I kind of am like, hey, maybe why did you give the black guy the orc skin? But
hmm,
at the same time, it fits him very well. Like
yeah,
in terms of the aesthetic and the character. I just sent you a link to actual
yeah,
Black Hand.
I
Yeah,
see that.
that's what real Black
No,
Hand
you're
looks
right.
like. He's the coolest. Um, but there are orcs in WoW whose skin has turned white because they spent a lot of time as slaves,
Hmm.
and they were kept underground. So it's not a natural white. It is a,
Right, yeah.
and I believe Blackhand's skin is white because that is like ash that has like seeped into his skin from working in a forge all the time.
Right.
So again, makes sense for the character.
Yeah.
I still have reservations about giving the black guy the orc skin, but
Yeah, that seems kind of like a whole other thing
yeah,
also,
there's
so
there's a whole
but
other can of worms with that. But anyway, I like the skin. I
I
love
like
Black
it.
Hand's design, so I'm gonna get that one.
Yeah.
May's skin from the cinematic.
It's cute.
I like it. I mean, there's not much to say
Yeah.
more. It's good. It's we've seen the skin a lot before, so it's good. I like
Yeah.
it. I'm glad they
It's
added
cute.
it.
Solid. Me too.
Orisa.
She's
Orisa
beautiful. She's
is
beautiful and perfect in
I
every single way.
finally have an Orisa skin I like. There's finally an Orisa skin I actually like. Um, I love this skin. She's like this mix of Egyptian and Protoss, and which I mean, like the Protoss were already a mix of Egyptian and alien. So I am super 100% behind this. This is awesome. I love this skin. Fuck
I
yes.
can't get over her little feet. I just
I
keep
know
looking
the
at her
little
little
feet,
claw feet. They're just I love
little
it.
feet, just skittering around. I love her. Uh, young Reinhardt, we've seen this. I dig it. I don't like it as much as the overgrown or solid gold version of his legendary one that we got with the Eichenwald update.
Hmm.
But I like the eagle aesthetic. I don't like it as much as the lion aesthetic, but it's still cool.
It's still pretty cool, yeah.
Actually, looking at those boots are really fucking awesome.
Yeah, his boots are cool.
I
There's a
didn't
lot
notice
of
them.
detail on this that's really nice. So,
Yeah, and see that's one of my issues with a lot of these skins though. There's too much detail and you're never going to see it because it's such a fast game.
that's true. I mean, and that's one of like the worst parts is it's like really do you get to appreciate them in game? No, but you get to
No.
have them and be like, "Look at my fancy skin that I have
Like it,
in my pause screen," you know.
most of the time I see a Reinhardt, it's either when I'm getting a mallet to the face or it's charging at me, or I see him at the distance behind a shield. Like I never actually see a Reinhardt up close, unless I'm
Yeah.
dead. But yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I can pretty much only establish like I couldn't tell you what skin a Reinhardt has when I see them like actually playing. I could tell you like what color it is and then maybe take a guess, but you don't
Yeah,
really get to appreciate it.
you get to see the silhouette and that's about it. And
Yeah.
that's how that game's played. But yeah, I like this skin.
Hmm.
Now, Roadhog. I used to play Heroes of the Storm a lot. I don't anymore, but I used to. And I played a lot of Diablo. I don't anymore. I used to. They gave Roadhog my main from Heroes of the Storm and one of my favorite general demons from Diablo as a skin. I used to talk about that if they could never add Roadhog to Heroes because he's just got the same moveset as Butcher. And here we are. Butcher is now in. I love it. I am so happy. This is such a good skin because it's just Butcher. They didn't even like. The only thing they did was they added like the fresh meat design to the stomach. Outside of that, this is just a really nice model of the Butcher. Like it is
Well, at least there's
unrecognizable as
that.
Roadhog. But it's still the same silhouette, which is nice. Good job. You actually figured out how to keep that silhouette right.
Yeah, this one's nice.
Yeah, I dig it. Butcher's awesome. Fresh meat all day. Magni for Torbjorn. Toblerone fits Magni perfectly. Or I should say Magni fits Toblerone perfectly. Uh I mean he's definitely just a dwarf that got thrown into the future.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's Mecha Magni too, which is interesting. I like it. It's good. It's very true to the character outside of like a couple small details in the whole mech thing, but yeah,
Mhm.
it's not terrible. I'm never gonna really play Torb, so I don't really care, but it's a good skin.
It's a good skin. I like it. And as someone who doesn't know the character that this is based on, I look at it and I just honestly like I keep seeing Oghren from Dragon Age Origins,
Yeah, I can see that
and
too.
I'm kind of okay with it though. So I just like his big orange beard, so I'm
Yeah,
happy.
he Magni is the king of the dwarves and patron of the Bronzebeard clan. Also, he's made of diamond now, so this isn't
Oh
quite the
shit.
right skin. There's a whole thing in WoW that happened. Nova, Nova for Widow. I finally have a Widow skin I don't hate.
I like it well enough. I feel like I would like it more like if I could appreciate the where it was coming from, like what the character was that it's based on. But for what it is, I like it.
Yeah, she was like Kerrigan's like alternate in StarCraft before
Hmm.
Kerrigan became like, Queen of the Zerg. And so she became like the main. She was supposed to be. Do you remember StarCraft Ghost?
No.
Okay, well, it was a game that was supposed to come out. Blizzard like had it in development twice and didn't like it, so they scrapped it twice.
Hmm.
And then they just canceled it altogether. And you were supposed to play as Nova. Nova
Hmm.
was in the original StarCraft. She is a very central character in StarCraft 2. And she is a character. She's like she has her own like subset of campaign missions that they've made specifically for her in StarCraft 2.
Hmm.
And in Heroes of the Storm, Nova is in there with a Black Widow skin, uh,
Huh.
or a Widowmaker skin, not Black Widow. But yeah, so she's they're just trading skins now between the characters because they're the
Right.
same character again. They're just both snipers.
Yeah, that's fair.
The only thing Nova has on Widow is she can call in a nuke. So, uh,
Well, that would be pretty intense if Widow could do that, like in the middle of the game, just fucking call in a
yeah,
nuke and blast the other team to pieces.
God, that would be the worst and best. And then we have what is my favorite skin of all every skin in the game. We have Zarya as Sonya. Sonya is my main tank in Heroes, and I love barbarians in Diablo. Sonya is the canon barbarian. The barbarian canon is a woman. I love it. But yeah, this is just a recreation of Sonya on Zarya. It's super fitting. I need to see the weapon.
Yes, please absolutely open the game and look at the weapon. The weapon, in my opinion, is the best part of the skin. I am personally not a huge fan of this one just because there's a couple little things that are bothering me. Like overall, I like it, but the gun is so good. It's so fucking cool. Like
Yeah,
I would get it just for that, honestly.
I mainly like it because it's a almost perfect recreation of
Right, yeah.
Sonya, and Sonya and Zarya would be very good friends. They would arm wrestle all day. Uh, I
I
love
guess
it.
like for me, the only things that are bothering me is I feel like no matter what the skin is, they cannot like give Zarya hair that looks like it like looks right on her head. And like I know
No.
that that's the way the hair is, but it like doesn't even fit her head properly ever.
Yeah.
And then the only other thing is if you look between like this skin and her other skins, they did the same thing to her that they did to May when they did last year's New Year's update,
Oh,
which
did
is
they thin her out?
her waist is way thinner, like right at the middle,
Oh.
than her other skins, which is really sad. And it's not like super noticeable. It's not as noticeable as it was on May's, but it is something that at least I noticed right away, and I was like, yeah, I'm not really surprised though. So
Okay. I didn't see the angle this is on. I couldn't really tell.
yeah, the angle of this shot you can't really tell if you look at her straight on, like when you're looking in game, it's a little bit more obvious.
Ah, damn. Well, that sucks. And yeah, the hair thing, like, I think because they modeled Zarya after one of their employees. Like,
Hmm.
Zarya is just one of the people who works at Blizzard.
Right.
And she had that hair, like, when they modeled her, because that is the woman's hair.
Yeah.
Uh, so when they made Zarya, they just used that. And I think her head is just not shaped right for any
It's
hair but
yeah.
that.
Yeah, like they don't want to change her head to like fit like longer hairstyles. It's fine. It's not that big of a deal. It's just like one of those nitpicky things that bothers me with like literally all of her skins.
Yeah, I didn't like the 80s skin as much as everybody else did.
I like it. I just there are I have problems with that one too,
Yeah.
but I like this one. At the end of the day, when it comes down to it, I do like this one. So
Yeah, it's not a bad one.
yeah,
We have Junkrat.
they put a shirt on that boy.
They put a shirt on that boy.
That's about
That's
it.
the worst part of that skin. Um, it's literally just one of his skins from Heroes of the Storm. That's it. They just imported a skin and upresed it essentially. Not that's not actually what they did, but that's essentially what it looks like. They just took a skin from Heroes and put it on the Overwatch model. Uh, yeah, that's what it is.
That's it. Yeah.
It's a known quantity. I hate this McCree skin.
You feel a lot more intensely about it than I do, I think.
hate it. I can't stand this McCree skin. I fuck them. Fuck this McCree skin.
Okay, well, we'll be. You know what? I politely disagree with you, but you are totally entitled to your opinion of hating this McCree skin.
It's just it's so one note. He's got the dead eye on the buckle. He's got the dead eye on the cape. It's like four different shades of blue. I they could have
Listen,
done. They've
McCree
done
is
so
not a
many
fashion
cool
expert,
things.
okay?
Okay, but McCree also has his America one, and that's the
Oh, his
best
America
one
one
of
is
his
so
skins.
fucking good. Yeah,
I
that one's
love
so
that
good.
skin. Like they could have done so much more than, oh, you know my ult? It's high noon. Yeah, we get it, McCree. You like saying high noon and shooting people. We know. We don't need you to advertise it more.
I guess I can see what you're saying. I wish they would have gone with the two. I know they have the two different shades of blue. I kind of wish they would have gone more one or the other. The blue that he has like in his chest piece reminds me of Reaper's frost skin or whatever that skin
Yeah.
is called, that kind of glowy blue. And I kind of
Yeah.
like that as like a call out to him, but at the same time you're right, it doesn't really match with like what he's got going on with like his hat and his serape. And I just don't know why they keep coloring his hat different colors.
I don't
Like just leave his
either.
hat alone.
And it's not the same color as the poncho.
You're right.
It's not.
It's
It's
a
a
little,
different.
yeah.
It's a slightly different shade. Also,
It's a slightly
I
different
have
blue.
never understood, and I will never understand the fucking weird bullets he has on his belt. Those don't go in that revolver, and he's
They
not
look
carrying a
cool.
shotgun.
Yeah, well, they just fucking look cool. He wants them so that they look,
Yeah, but
look at my bullets.
if he had like a shotgun alternate, like if his ult was pulling out a shotgun that was a
Hmm.
one-hit kill, I would super be down with these bullets, but these bullets are bigger than the barrel of his gun. So what is he doing with is he just there like he's gonna throw them at people? Like, come on, McCree.
They're a catalyst to get you to look at his junk. Because I mean, look at that. Do you see this picture right here?
Yeah,
It is
he's
very
got a
well
hell of a
defined.
bulge.
He's got a bulge.
We
It's
actually,
very
God, we were talking about Warframes just having dicks everywhere earlier on the stream, and yeah, that seems to be a thing in games right now. It's just dicks all over characters. Yeah, but that's all of the Overwatch skins. I like all but like two.
I would say overall, it's a pretty good like haul.
Yeah, the only two I don't like are Reaper and McCree.
I really hate Reapers. I
Oh
will
god,
agree with you on
Reapers
that. I
is so
really
bad.
hate
It's
Reapers.
so ugly. It's so
It's really ugly.
terrible.
But I'm willing to
Oh.
overlook this stuff because I guess so. This is not like an event necessarily. It's just a new map and new items. So the good news is you can get these skins whenever. The bad news
Yes.
is you're not gonna get them in like the special loot crates, so you're not gonna have to be like, I have to get all of the Blizzard World loot crates to get the items. It's a pro and a con because now you're never gonna get these fucking skins. But
Yeah,
you
like
can get them.
that's what I honestly was just looking at and see okay, so everyone has fucking loot boxes now. I hate it,
Yeah.
uh but the Division actually is doing it very well.
Hmm.
Where one like enemies have a random chance of dropping key fragments. 10 key fragments makes a key. You get a box for every key you have. Easy enough.
Hmm.
You can also buy keys, but whatever. I will never touch that system. The thing is, when they add in new cosmetics to those boxes, they add a new box. So they just added in a second round of cosmetics. So what you do
Hmm.
is you either choose like the round 1 or round 2 boxes. So
Right.
your chances are a lot better of getting some new shit
Yeah,
instead of
yeah.
getting. And also, I don't think you can get duplicates in the Division, which you can in Overwatch.
Thank God, because getting
Yeah.
duplicates in Overwatch, although a system they claim to have fixed,
Bullshit.
has once
Bullshit.
again gotten awful. It's not fixed at all. It's
No.
terrible.
Okay, I quit playing originally because my hand was fucking fucked up because I have arthritis.
Hmm.
So I quit for like 3 months. I came back, I played. I was like, oh yeah, it was one of the events. Oh, it was the one with Jazz and the cruiser skins.
Right,
And
right.
I was trying so hard to get those skins. Like I went from level like 50 to 90.
Yeah.
I also bought 30 boxes.
Hmm.
I'd say 80% of my shit was duplicates.
Oh yeah. And that was like after that they claimed to have fixed it and like tweaked it so you get it's bullshit. Like whatever they say about that, I would not believe it at all because like these last like I'd say like 5 events that they've done over the last like year or so, trying to get skins is impossible and it's awful.
Yeah, and the worst part is most of the duplicates I got, like I out of like the like probably like 600 or whatever I got,
Mhm.
almost all of them were sprays. So I was getting like
Yeah, that's what they
5.
do. They give you duplicate sprays, icons, voice lines so that the gold that you're getting from that is so minuscule that at that point you can't even afford to buy the skins
Well,
before the
yeah,
event
and
is
the
up.
skins are
So,
3,000. It's like, are
yeah.
you kidding me? I don't have enough. Like, I think when I ended that event, I was at like 2,800.
Oh,
And I was like,
agonizing.
and that was the point where I was like, no, I'm done with Overwatch. I'm completely fucking done with Overwatch. And
Mhm.
then I came back recently to play with you, and I got a
It's
few
my
loot
fault.
boxes. I think I bought like 4 loot boxes on top of, or no, I bought like whatever the second pack is, so
Right, yeah.
10 or whatever,
Yeah, I
or
think that's
5.
10, yeah.
Let's see, I think it's 1, 5, 10, 25, 50.
Something
I
like
think I
that.
bought 5 or whatever because I was
Mhm.
like, oh, it's it was not the winter event. It was the one before the winter event, so the Halloween event.
Yeah, Halloween would have been before that.
So I bought some boxes of the Halloween event, all duplicates, all duplicates. I'm like, no,
All
fuck
of them.
this.
Yeah.
And the
It's
anniversary event too,
awful.
same thing, all duplicates. Like I hate it. I think I'm sitting on like 500 right now, so I'm gonna probably farm out enough to get another skin and then buy either Black Hand or something. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, literally, that's the only thing good that they've done with this round is that they're not event locked, so you can get them anytime. And I think all of them, well, I don't want to say all of them, but I think all of them are only 1,000 credits
Yeah,
instead of 3,000. So they're actually a little bit more affordable this
yeah,
time.
because they're not event ones, so they're
Yeah.
just regular
So,
legendary, so they're all 1,000.
so, it's the little things that make it a little bit better, I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah. Let's make this shitty system a little bit less shitty.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Overwatch pisses me off a lot.
Me too. It's
I
like
get
you love
angry.
it, but you hate it.
Yeah,
Mostly I hate it.
I I really want them to do better with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so what have you been playing?
So apart from Overwatch, because I do spend a lot of time playing Overwatch, I just started last night. I started playing the original Life is Strange. I'm playing that. I'm gonna record it for my channel. And I've
What
already
channel
played
is
it. So
that?
that would be my gaming channel. It's youtube.com/jocuments. Please check it out and subscribe. I have almost 10 subscribers. I'm excited.
We're
Almost.
gonna get you up there.
Thank you.
I mean, I'm only at 300, so I can't really do a ton. But damn it, we're gonna get you higher than that because you
You're gonna
deserve
send
way
me
more
all
than me.
300.
You
That's not
deserve way
true.
more than me. Like
No, that's
only
not true.
10 of mine actually watch stuff.
Yeah, well, it's those 10 that keep us going. You
Yeah,
go, you 10.
legitimately, yes, that is actually. Um,
But yeah, so I've been playing Life is Strange. I just started that, even though I've already played it, so I already know what happens. But I haven't played it since 2015, so it's kind of refreshing to go back and play it after Before the Storm. And then I also just started playing Doki Doki Literature Club,
oh God.
so I'm excited.
Oh, have
Yeah,
fun with that.
thank you. I'll try. I'm a
Uh,
little scared, but
Good. Um, oh, that game is a thing. Um, how much do you know about it?
not anything. I
Okay,
have
good. Just you
spared
play that
myself
visual
all
novel.
spoilers. Yeah, the only thing I know is that I had to be over 18 to
Yep.
download it. So,
You play that
that
visual
gives
novel.
me
You play that very, very standard visual novel.
that very, yeah, it's very average and nothing suspicious or bad is going to happen at all.
Well, it does have an R18 rating like most visual novels, so you have fun with that.
Yeah, yeah, thank you. I'll try.
Please tell me you're recording that.
I am recording that, yeah.
Okay, good. I can't wait.
I'm also
Uh,
reading all of the lines by myself, which is kind of difficult, but
I
I'm doing it.
I would like to direct you to my Night in the Woods playthrough, or my recent Hive Swap playthrough, where I had to for some reason give all of my characters voices.
You know
Uh,
what? More props to you for doing that, especially because
I
it looks like from what I've watched of yours, it looks like Hive Swap is kind of wordy. So
oh God, yeah, it's oh. I finished it. It's good. It got me back into Homestuck, and I hate myself for it. Yeah. So what else besides Doki Doki and Life is Strange?
honestly, that is about it right now. I haven't been playing a whole lot yet. I have stuff that I want to play. I just haven't gotten around to it yet. Um, I am thinking about maybe picking up my favorite game from last year, which is Prey, and playing that. Um,
Yes.
just because so slept on, easily the most slept on game of 2017. And even though I know how it ends, I want to play it again. So,
Get a different ending this time.
yeah,
Kill
exactly.
everyone this time.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Uh,
fucking murder everybody.
uh, there is one other game you've been playing,
What have I been playing?
Agents of Mayhem.
Oh yeah. Oh my
You
god, I
just
totally
started that
forgot.
OV.
I totally forgot. I actually haven't played it in a few weeks. Like I recorded a while ago and then I stopped for a long time, but I am going to go back to it really soon, probably in the next couple days. So, I totally forgot.
Yeah, I was
Thank you
actually
for
just
reminding me.
I was talking about that with somebody on stream this morning. I
Mhm.
personally was super disappointed by it.
Yeah,
Um,
I haven't played a whole lot of it yet. Obviously, like I have 2 episodes I haven't posted yet, because I've been holding on to them. But so I'm only like, I don't know, I've unlocked 1 character, and it's kind of like it feels like I'm gonna be let down by the end of it. So I'm already bracing for that.
as a fellow Saints Row lover, I brace yourself. Yeah,
Yeah. And
it's
I guess I know I'm not going in like expecting it to be Saints Row, but you have such high standards coming from those games. Like you know
yeah.
what you want and you know what you want to play, and to have it like not really quite be that is like kind of like oh, it's not as
Well,
fun.
I honestly wouldn't have had such high standards if they hadn't made it such a direct thing.
Yeah.
Like I would have been like, okay, it's a new thing, but they're like, hey, look, that's the same. It's the Saints Lafleur in there, and everything is purple. And oh, look, Johnny Gat magically appears here. It's like,
Yeah.
all right, guys, yeah, we get it.
Yeah.
This is technically a Saints Row game. Okay, what you got? Okay, this isn't okay.
But
Uh,
it's so technically like it's not really at all. It's
yeah,
barely a Saints Row game,
it's off of like
except
one of
for
the endings of four. Uh,
yeah, it's off of one of endings of oh my god, what's the DLC? Get Out of Hell, which is a great DLC, but I don't know. It's not really like, and honestly, like it threw me in so fast right at the beginning that I'm like,
yes,
it's so much to take in, and like I'm not absorbing it properly.
yeah, I was watching that
So
first
it's
episode and
weird.
I was lost and I played the game.
Yeah,
Uh,
it's like I don't even know what's happening. Like you're throwing so much I should already know, but I don't.
yeah, it, if they had made it a three-player co-op game, I would have probably enjoyed that game a lot more than I did.
Honestly, yeah, I feel like that would really help. Because I like the idea of being able to switch between characters, but it's kind of not like I forget that I can do it,
Yeah,
honestly.
I mean
Until I'm like dead and I'm like, oh my god, I forgot.
yeah, it's they should have made it a three-player co-op. It would have been really good as a co-op game.
Hmm.
It's a weird mess as a single-player game, but it's not the worst. It's just disappointing. It's not the
Yeah,
worst game ever. It's not
yeah.
terrible.
Yeah, it's just not like, if you've come from playing Saints Row games, it's not gonna be what you want it to be.
No, not at all. But yeah, anything else?
No, I think I'm really done now. That's it.
Uh, I've personally just been playing The Division and WoW and Warframe. Uh, that that's really it. I've been playing a lot of The Division lately.
Hmm.
And a lot of Warframe again. I hate myself for it, but I've been playing it so much more. I've been streaming it
You
like every
just
single day.
you just keep going back to
I
it.
I've got like 1600 hours in that game.
That's a lot.
That's a lot of time. Well, it's
That's a
also
lot.
over like 5 years almost. So,
Oh.
it's over time, but
I mean, yeah, so it's not like you did that all like,
well,
yesterday or whatever.
yeah, and also like I mean, if I really wanted to be like, oh, playtime, I just have to look at WoW and cry. Um,
Right.
I mean, even though I quit for 5 years, I still probably have like 3,000 hours in that game.
Right.
Um, but yeah, that's really all I've been playing. It's just been Warframe, trying to get the frames I'm missing and trying to get the primes I'm missing. I've
Hmm.
been playing the Division and leveling up there. There's a world event going on right now, which is pretty cool.
Hmm.
Um, and I've been playing WoW because I just resubbed yesterday so I could finish up recording because it's the end of the expansion's done as of last Tuesday. The
Oh, okay.
last the last of it, the last patch for the raid is in. I believe the epilogue patch came out yesterday. Um, but yeah, it's done. There's no real new content until the pre-expansion patch for Battle, which is probably in August if it comes out in
Oh,
September. Uh,
got a minute then, I guess.
yeah, I mean it'll give me time if I continue playing. I might not until then.
Hmm.
But it'll give me time to go get all of my classes up to 110 and finish up videos for them and try to get the weapon skins I really want.
Right.
There's stuff I can still do in that game, but there's like in terms of new content, that's it. It's done. I could probably try to get like one of the mythic mounts. Uh, but yeah, I know I played something else recently, but I can't remember what now.
Hmm.
And my recently played on Steam is a lie because I also record shit. Um, so trying to figure out what I've actually been recently playing is not the easiest. Let's see,
Right.
recent games of 581. Yeah, it says I've recently
Uh,
played Rust. That doesn't. I've never installed Rust. It says I played Victor Vran. I've never installed Victor Vran.
Steam, what are you doing?
Yeah. So let's go to the top. Oh, I've been playing Street Fighter.
Oh.
Yeah, I've been playing Street Fighter a lot. I am getting blown up in Street Fighter because I'm playing with a controller and also because I'm just not good at it. The last fighting game I played was Tekken 3. Um and so I know motions, but goddamn if I can actually get them out on a fucking Xbox One controller.
Hmm.
But yeah, outside of that, I haven't even recorded Mafia in a couple weeks. I need to do that actually. But yeah, I haven't really. That's it. I've just been streaming a lot of Warframe.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. You stick to what you know and, what you enjoy playing, or, as much as you can enjoy playing it, I guess.
Yeah, I've been streaming every day. I've streamed
Though
every day
that's,
for a week.
That's good, right? I mean, like that's what
Uh,
people do on Twitch. I mean, it's
I
like a good and a
guess
bad thing, but
it.
I don't know. I still haven't even like looked at Twitch. I'm like, I'll figure that out later.
Well, if you want to stream, I stream every single day.
I
um,
pop in when I can. I pop in when I can.
but yeah, we did play Jackbox last. Was that last night?
I think that was last night. And I was sad that I missed it. I was like, oh, I want to go watch, and then I like wasn't around. And I was like, God damn.
Well, if you want to, we can play Jackbox together sometime on stream because I that was fun. I've also got Drawful, and
Oh, I love Drawful.
so I have Drawful 2 and Jackbox Party Pack 3, so we can play that sometime. But yeah,
Yeah.
I've just been recording Stardew, and as a matter of fact, I need to get tomorrow's episode edited and uploaded. Yeah, there's nothing else. Like
I mean,
I have a
that's
bunch
yeah.
of games that I need to install and play, but yeah, I
Eh,
just Warframe really.
yeah. All
That's
in
been
due
my life.
time. It feels like kind of like video game dead zone right now, honestly. I'm like, I don't want to play anything.
Well, Dragon Ball is coming out the end of this week on Friday, I think.
Hmm.
So gonna do something with that. There's a story mode in that game.
Oh.
So I'll be recording that next week.
Hmm.
And I still watch Dragon Ball. I hate myself for it. It's so bad. It's so bad. It's so bad. It's not good. It's not a good show. It's not good, well written. It's just bad, but I still watch it because I've been watching it since I was a small child.
It's
Um,
a nostalgia factor.
it's more a I have to see this through factor. It's like when I went back and finished Alan Wake.
Oh God.
Like I
Let's not start talking about Alan Wake.
Oh no, I want to do an entire episode on why Alan Wake is a bad game.
Well, I think eventually Ariel and I are gonna try to play Alan Wake because I haven't played through the whole game because we originally started playing through it. We got like an hour in and I was like, stop, this is too much.
Oh, it gets worse.
Oh
Have I ever
God.
shown you the clip of the reason why I rage quit the game?
I don't think so.
I'll show it to you after we record this.
Okay.
It's fuck Alan Wake. It's the only game I've ever rage quit on the channel.
Huh.
It's the only time I've ever gone, okay, nope, fuck this game, I'm done. Because I plan on going back to Dust. It's just Dust is kind of not great nowadays. But yeah, no, like it was the only game I ever rage quit on the channel because I was so angry at some bullshit in that game. Uh,
It's a bad game. It's a
it's a,
bad
it's
game.
a bad game. It's a really bad game. And honestly, Quantum Break not super great.
Mm-hmm.
I've been recording that, and for some time in the future, I don't know when that's going to go up because I realized the whole reason I started Homestuck instead of Quantum Break was because I was like, oh, I'm going to have three third person shooters going all at once. Uh, Maybe I shouldn't do that. uh, yeah, because when the Surge is done, Mafia is going to take its place as the everyday, and then
Hmm.
the alternating day slot at 5 p.m. was going to be Quantum Break and Metal Gear Solid 5, or MGS
Oh,
V, I should say. It's not 5, it's V. Kojima was
V.
actually Kojima was very like adamant that this is not 5, it is V.
Okay.
Um,
I
but
trust him.
there's reasons for that.
Hmm.
And I'm like I know everything about the fucking game, so it's not like anything in it's gonna surprise me. Um, but yeah, and I realized I'm like that's three third person shooters. I can't do that. I
That's a
need to
lot.
break that up with some other shit, or
Yeah.
else it's going to all blend together. So I started up Hive Swap, and I'm gonna try to do something else too.
Right, right.
But yeah, that's all for playing. I can't think of anything else.
Me either. It's like, I don't know.
But yeah, um, hopefully, hopefully, we will have another episode next week, or maybe we'll do this every other week.
Yeah, give him a chance to get some news out there, unless there's something like really big, I guess, that happens in the next week.
Well, we missed. Like I'm still trying to figure out what the fuck it was that I
You're
missed
you're gonna figure it
the
out as
last
soon as we
time.
stop doing this. As soon as we finish
Yeah.
this, you're gonna be like, "Oh, it was that." Can we splice that in at the last second?
Yeah, I honestly thought of going back and recording
Hmm.
after the last one and just going, okay, so this all happened the day after I recorded this. But I was like, I'm too busy and lazy for this. And also my computer was exploding. Yeah, I must have said it on Twitter. What the fuck was up? I was like, oh god, what the hell? Why did this all happen right afterwards?
Hmm.
It was actually something I super cared about too, and now I don't care because I forgot. Uh, but yeah, hopefully some more stuff happens. We'll see if there's a bunch of really big news that we care about next
Yeah, I guess
week. Then we'll figure it
we'll
out.
play it by ear and we'll figure it out.
Yeah, I think I'll put this up Friday. We're recording this on Wednesday morning, but I have to. Also, I need to talk to you about something after this.
Okay.
But yeah, so this will probably start going up on Fridays.
Friday sounds good to me.
All right. Well, that'll be all for the backlog for this week, and have a nice night, everybody.
See ya.